Hello my fellow foliage fanatics, my friends call me Finchy, and in case context clues aren't your thing, I really like houseplants. All plants. And today I would like to share with you some very special plant friends of mine that helped me get through the month of January. My January favorites slash emotional support houseplants. I have had a very rough start to the year and I can't believe it's already February. Like, whoosh, zipped right on past. Had a lot of unfortunate things happen in the month of January, including Mother Nature turning my basement into a splash pad, some critters in the ceiling, passing of a pet, and an uncle, distant uncle, but still. Just a lot of bad things. And when all these bad things would happen, I would go sit with some plants. I would go repot some plants, and I didn't film it. Sometimes I would literally just be crying while petting a plant. Yes, totally normal plant parent behavior. It's cheaper than therapy, okay? So I've pulled, I think, 9 plants from both cabinets up here and the grow tent, and I just want to highlight some special babies that helped make a very crappy month for me a little less crappy in all the ways that a plant can, at least. So yeah, let me show you some plants. The first one that I want to show you, I don't remember when it was that I showed this or when I got it. I think it was October or November, but I got this little Tortum fellow, and I didn't think I would love him as much as I do, but I love him a whole lot. I don't know what it is. It's just so different than anything else I have, which makes me want more like unique, weird plants. I'm definitely going to be trying to get some, but he's just so strange. And until you like see it and touch it in person, you just can't really understand. There's no way. It feels more like cardboard. It doesn't look like it's as rigid as it is, but it's very rigid. And I love the creepy way their new leaves come in, where it's like almost super neon pink, like the Red Empress or the Caramel Marble, like all those fun plants. And it just looks so creepy, like a little taffy monster coming to get ya. And the fact that I got this from a lovely friend, Jessica, when it's big enough, I will be giving her a piece back because I think this was her only one. But yeah, the first plant that got me through the month of January was my Tortum. There was multiple times where I just picked it up and carried it around with me in the tent. I wasn't doing anything, I was just literally walking around with it like this. Emotional support plant. Isn't he wonderful? Needs a bath. A little dirty. Also probably gets too much light in the tent, but I don't care. Where he's staying. The second plant is another plant that there's been multiple times where I've caught myself just petting it when I feel bad, and that is going to be Edward. And I showed him, I'm pretty sure, last January, and this is where we're at with him right now. I'm actually gonna chop and prop him very soon. Like he's a leggy beast now. We had a little bit of a problem with spider mites after the last time I cut him. I don't know where they came from or why, so I had to move him, but we have some beautiful, very beautiful new leaves. I can't get over it. It's so pretty. The camera doesn't really pick it up very well. It doesn't do it justice. It's much prettier in person. It's like just a subtle or something. That one you can see. Oh, it looks so cool. I can't believe how big he is. He's gotten so big. It's been over a year. So it's been literally over a year. Edward, my beautiful mint Adansonii, who no longer has spider mites after so much struggle. I love him so much. And I have almost chopped this spontaneously in the middle of the night multiple times. The only reason I haven't is because he's literally like rooting into the pole. So I was thinking maybe I should airlay him first. Maybe I'll do it today. Probably not, but maybe. This plant my jaw hit the floor when I saw it. I was blown away. So I'm one of those people that keeps every piece of plant. If I have a whole bunch of just random green stuff, I will just put it all together. It is what it is. Give it away, whatever. So last year I got a reverted Syngonium. I think it was just called like reverted Syngonium from Steve's Leaves for like $17, I think it was. And I maybe even showed it possibly in that same video because I remember like freaking out being like, reverted by whose standards? But I have continuously cut those plants, and this particular piece was one that I took out of my Klingsbo not that long ago. And so here is the leaves that we planted up. I planted up. I don't know if I filmed it or not, and if I did, I don't know where it is, but this is in that soil the Busy Bee gave me. But there's two previous leaves from the Klingsbo, just plain green. And then I put it in soil, and look at this. The size of it, the color. Are you joshing me right now? Look at this. Look at it. Ugh. Illegal. Go to jail. Is that not the prettiest reverted leaf you have ever seen? Reverted? Reverted. It was 100% green. Like all of the coloring on here is just from being like stressed out from light. It was 100% green, and I put it in some nice soil, and she went bonkers. It hasn't even been that long, I don't think. That is not fair. I have a tattoo appointment tomorrow, and I have half a mind to bring this with me and be like, I want this. Or maybe I should just give her this plant. She likes plants. I told her I'd bring her one. The next plant, I just recently showed it, but we have a new leaf, so it still has something to look at. But Bianca gave me a Syngonium Aurea, and when I brought it home, it just had 3 leaves. It had these beautiful leaves, right? And then out came this beautiful child. Illegal. And then the leaf that's coming out next looks enormous. Look how big that looks. Like, you can tell when they're gonna be big when you can't even see the little, like, the little lobes at the top. It's still inside the sheath. The thing is gonna be enormous. I'm so obsessed. I really need a name for this plant. I have not picked a wonderful name yet. I love like the ribbing in the leaf. It just gives it such a nice like touchable texture. And you know how I say I like to just pet my plants to feel better? And this is one that I like to pet. And check for spider mites all the time because I found a single spider mite on it, but I haven't seen another one since. So it's like therapy, but also I'm like, I love you, you make me feel better. Syngonium Aurea. It's actually daytime when I'm home right now too, so this just looks insane to me. Oh, maybe I should take this one with me. Put this on my body forever. That is the most beautiful leaf. Oh. It doesn't look real. It looks like it's made out of plastic. I totally have a whole bunch of her Syngonium Aurea nodes that I'm growing for her too. So the fact that she sent me home with like an established beautiful one when I already had some that she said I could keep is like, I'm so spoiled. Speaking of spoiled, part of the reason that I was not very sad, I mean I was sad, part of the reason I wasn't absolutely devastated that my piece of caramel marble did not survive was because I did not walk away empty-handed. I did in fact get a plant. She sent me a red Anderson. It was just a little node stick at the time, but here he is now, looking super dapper. Probably needs a repot. It is like a fancy pink princess. I imagine like he has like a monocle and a top hat, and he is just so fancy, like, but like Patrick fancy, you know, like pinky out. I guess his name is Patrick now. We just named you together. Patrick the Red Anderson. He hasn't had a name, but sure is growing on me, quite literally. I wasn't 100%. I was like, it just looks like a fancy pink princess, but when the new leaf comes out and it is like pink with like white, this one doesn't have a whole lot of white on it, but the white is just, this one looked really good when it was fresh. It's a little sun stressed now. I have it in too high of light, I think. I'm probably gonna move it when I go put it back somewhere. My little red Anderson baby. I can't wait until it gets big. I'm not gonna cut this for a long time. I have picked that plant up probably like, was there 31 days in January? I picked it up like at least 20. Like, no kidding. I probably should have moved it by now, actually, as many times as I picked it up. Now, this plant is not technically mine, but I'm recovering it for a friend. And I may actually prop it further and make more than one once it's grown a little bit more and has like roots on all the nodes that's going on here. But I cut this Buono in a video that I just posted it the other day, but I filmed it in the middle of January, so it's been about 2 weeks. And here is our Jose new leaf, and it is in fact variegated. It's got little spots and stuff on it. You can't really see it too great because it's like a brand new Jose leaf, but they're definitely there. This Jose is a comeback kid Jose, which I love. You can see he's got a whole bunch of new roots growing in there. I put like the tiniest bit of water, like just a little bit. And at Kayla's suggestion actually, and it looks pretty good. The stuff that looks dark on the top there isn't actually bad, it's just like touching it. It's just dark aerial root. Obviously there's like new root growth on it, but we have a new leaf already, and it looks big. The variegation that is in fact there. It's little, but it's there. Now this leaf was mostly, I think, formed at her house, so it's still really cold. So I'm really excited to see the next one. It was a really pretty Jose. I'm just really impressed with him. He's like a plant that reminds me like, it's gonna be okay. I'll just grow a new leaf. Like, yesterday sucked, just grow a new leaf. Whatever, don't need that one anyway. This is another plant that I have probably picked up 20 plus times in the past 31 days. No kidding. And I haven't even had it for the full 30 days. I've picked it up a million times. It's crazy. Is this Reveretd Florida Beauty. Why am I obsessed? I don't know. Something about unreverting reverted plants. I'm addicted. So I have just had it in water in this very cute mug that my husband got for me from Goodwill. It says radiate positive energy, and I just put the little FLOBIE in it just to like good vibes her into being not green anymore. And there is a little bit of yucky looking roots on here that I probably should trim off, but we have some nice, beautiful, fat, juicy ones, so she's doing just fine. But the exciting thing is there's actually multiple growth points on this. Also, there's a new leaf coming in, and I know it's just gonna be green, but it sure does look light, doesn't it? Like it's a very light colored green leaf. I'm doing a wonderful job showing you this, aren't I? Even if she stays green, I love her, but this is like optimism plant for me. Like, please, just do the thing. Do the thing for me. It would make me really happy. There's definitely maybe I should just go ahead and stick this into some moss today. Maybe even further chop it This next plant is one I got in my Botanica's mystery box unboxing video. And it was back when this plant was worth like, I think it was like $200 or something for just like one little tiny piece. It's gone down in price significantly since then, but at the time it was still quite expensive and way more than I would ever spend on a single plant. Like even now, I would spend $180 on 10 plants, but not $180 on one plant. Like, it's difficult. I love it. I love this plant so much. I look at it all the time and I cut it all the time. I've cut it like 4 or 5 times since I got it in, I don't even remember when that was. March, April, June, something. It would be much bigger if I would stop cutting it. But I can't and I won't, so she's just gonna be a little tiny little thing that she is. But that is my Halo Micans. I just adore her so much. And look at this leaf. Like, what are you doing? What is that? It's so pretty. I like this one with a little white on the edge. Oh, just on the one side. It's so pretty. My Micans is my favorite, one of my favorite plants, my like 4-foot tall totem one. I don't know what I would do if I had one of these on a totem. It would be so cool. What I really want is an Aurea on a totem. That's goals. But I absolutely adore my little Halo Micans, and it's one of my favorites to share. I probably cut this like 5 times. I have a piece in both of my like made terrariums. I've given pieces to basically any friend that asks or doesn't ask. So let me know if you want some Halo Micans, because this thing grows like crazy and it is incredibly easy to root. It's super easy to take care of. I neglect it. She propagates herself. This plant is just so wonderful. It brings me so much joy. Now I will say, she did not bring me joy for a while there, because right after I made that video, I don't want to say like viral, but like I'm still a nobody, but I was an extra nobody at the time, and that video has like 10,000 views, which was like, it was freaking me out. I was like, oh my god, that's too many eyeballs. And then I went and I was just scrolling through a Facebook group, and there was a post linking to my video making fun of my reaction, and even with a meme and everything. So for a little while there was a little bit of a negative feeling towards all those Botanica's plants, even more so because the archipelago didn't do very super great. It's still alive, but it has not done much. So they kind of like made me feel bad. But after being on medication and stuff for a little while, which I started Lexapro, I don't even remember, has it been 6 months already? I have grown to realize that I just feel things differently, and that's okay. Like, I'm just one of those people that just feels things a lot. So I'm allowed to cry or be excited about whatever it is I want to be, because it's a human experience, and I'm just passionate about what I care about. And I just was really excited to get this plant, and I almost let some people on Facebook ruin it for me. And I am so glad that we have rekindled our love. Little Halo Micans from my mystery box. Maybe we should put her on a pole, or a piece of her on a pole. But this plant here is a Homalomena Rubescens Variegated. And boy, have we been on a journey. Girlfriend, I have finally figured her out. Look how good she looks. Oh my goodness. She is so pillowy and beautiful with some nice little pink variegation. It is just absolutely won me over. I have wanted it to look like this for so long. And do you know what the trick was to make her not look like a sad like sack of potatoes? I cut it. I lopped her right the heck off. And she grew, let's see, 1, 2, 3 babies that I can see, and this stem goes pretty far down into the soil. So there's probably more babies coming. and I took babies off of her when I did that. So there was, I want to say 4 babies going, and I took one to Bianca, and I still have 3. So Homalomena Rubescens Variegated baby making machine if you chop off her head. And it propped, the top piece propped amazing in water, and I already planted it back in soil. I did all that in like a month ago, 2 months ago. I don't even remember. But we have finally gotten, are you kidding? Look at her. I did this. That is the last plant that I wanted to show you guys, the Homalomena Rubescens Variegated. And it was a plant that I did not know that I wanted until I saw it. So maybe you're like me and you now want one. Well, here's your chance to have one. I have a little baby that I popped off of her when I did that. I believe it was like a month ago. You could see some roots growing around the edge. She's not super pink yet, but if you give her some good light, I have no doubt that she will give you some good color. And if you want to win this plant, if you want to have this plant, all you have to do is leave me a comment with an emoji of something that makes you happy. It can be a plant, a football, a chicken. Just leave me an emoji with something that makes you happy. You can leave an explanation if you want, but you don't have to. Just emoji. Let us guess. Be a mystery. And I will pick one person with the random comment picker on Sunday. When did I say? Sunday the 5th, I think. I wanted to do this in January, but January sucked. So we're just gonna do 2 in February to make up for it. And so this is gonna be the first one. And I thought it would be perfect because it kinda looks like a heart for Valentine's Day. Homalomena, you'll probably get it close to Valentine's Day. But also, I showed it a year ago, and it just seems like we've come full circle. At the time, she was just one plant, and now she's like basically the same size, I think, as she was last time. Same amount of leaves, maybe. I can't remember. I'm fairly certain it was close to the same size. But anyway, same size, but now I have like 5 babies. That's why I can't stop cutting my plants. It's an addiction, and it only serves to benefit everyone I care about. Which, if you're watching this, I care about you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I really appreciate you spending any time of your day with me. I really, like, blows my mind every time I open YouTube and see like another +1, +2 subscribers. Like, I never imagined I would have even 5 or 50 or 500, and 700 is just around the corner, and I could just cry. I am so appreciative. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of the kind words, the comments, the Instagram messages. You guys are the absolute best. It has been, I know I have not been incredibly active, but it has been literally life-changing for me in so many ways to have ever started this journey. So thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. I am so excited to share some plants with you this year, and we're gonna start here with this Homalomena. I also want to clarify that I can only send it to the United States. Like, I can't send overseas, whatever, United States. And I'll pay shipping. Don't fall for any of those weird scams. I will never, ever ask for you to pay for shipping if I'm sending you a giveaway plant. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you're not and you want to be, hit the bell button so you never miss out on a giveaway, and leave me a comment with an emoji of something that makes you happy for a chance to win a Homalomena baby. And I will see you in the next video, which is hopefully going to be a lot sooner than January was. Wish me luck.
Plants.
I love every kind of
Plants.
I just wanna hug all of them, but I can't get on every
Plants.